Welcome back to Game Overcast. My name is David KAELIN. I am the Game Over CEO, and this is the first official episode of Season 4. It is 2022, so we did shows all of last year, or at least the last couple of months. But this season, it's going to be a full year of shows. So we're doing a lot of shows. We're going to try and do it every week. We might miss a few, including one later this month. But I'm going to do my best to get at least 50-ish shows out this year. So for the new year, we have a little bit of a new set. I changed out some of the system boxes back here, so maybe you can see that. Here, I'll roll out of the way. So just kind of livened it up a little bit. Some newer, more unusual boxes, more color in the background. So cool stuff. But that's it. I got my Mario phone here, so any emergencies, I can call for help. Help! And then I've got Rob, as always, the most talkative co-host that you could possibly have. And then also this week, we're going to play some NES. So I don't know if you can see this over here, but we have an NES that's set up, I think. And yeah, we're going to play some games today. So anyway, Season 4, first episode, a lot to talk about, including me personally. As you may see, the deed is done. And so I will tell you all about that in the boss battle today. But yeah, so we are ready to go. It's Season 4. I'm excited. Thank you for joining us again. And let's get going with Level 1 and current events. And we're back with Level 1 current events. So what's been going on in the world of gaming the past week or so as we enter the new year? A lot of big news to talk about. So I've got some of the top stories that I found interesting that I'd like to share with you. First of all, something interesting, the top tennis. I don't really know anything about tennis, but the top Tetris players in the world were crowned again, and they had a Tetris championship, which was done remotely over December. And there are now there's a brother team. There's two brothers that actually live in Texas. They live in Fort Worth that are two of the top 3 Tetris players in the world. So one of them is Michael Arteaga. And he's number 1, and then his brother Andy is number 3, and Andy's been number 2 also, and so like these two brothers have been in the top 3 Tetris players in the world for a couple of years now. So anyway, they were just recrowned as number 1 and number 3, and so they're amazing. And just the fact that they're young, they're both I believe under 18, and just 2 kids in Texas. Like they were not born when Tetris came out, and they're champions of that game. So pretty amazing. So congrats to you guys if you're watching the show. Let's see. Also, after 23 years, a new secret has been found in Metal Gear Solid. So if you're a fan of that game on PS1, apparently it has an NES style. If you remember Duck Hunt, where you could plug in a controller into port 2 and control the ducks. That still blows people's minds today that don't know that fact. So you can use that little tidbit on your friends and tell them that's a little secret to Duck Hunt. But apparently Metal Gear Solid has a similar deal, where you get to the end of the game, and I'm not sure where, but in some of the final sequences, it says you can plug in a controller into port 2 and control some of the bad guys. So that's cool. So nobody knew that. Also, in retro gaming news, looks like GoldenEye 007, the N64 first-person shooter classic, may be finally coming to Xbox. So we'll see, but Leak had showed that the list of achievements, they had 55 total awards listed on achievements for Xbox, like the online service, and so we're not sure if it's going to be a remake or just a direct port of the N64 version on like a digital on the Xbox Game Pass or something like that, but I don't know. So pretty cool though. I mean, everybody to this day still loves GoldenEye on N64. It was just an amazing game when it came out. I have the year here. It came out in 1997. So long time ago, right? But 1997, on home consoles, you didn't really have many first-person shooters. That was mostly a PC thing because you really needed a lot of horsepower to run such a game. And it's not that GoldenEye on N64 ran that great either, but it was the best at the time. And in those days in the 90s, PS1 and even Sega Saturn. I mean, they were running circles around N64. And but when GoldenEye came out, that was one of those system seller games, and there weren't that many for N64. But it was one of those reasons to get a Nintendo 64 because it was just such an amazing game, and the fact that it was on a home console, was really really cool. So I guess that will be nice to have that now on PCs and Xbox potentially. So anyway, cool news there. Also, Arcade 1-Up. Those machines where you get them in like Costco or Sam's Club, or I think even Target and Walmart have them. It's like an arcade machine, full size. Not full size. It's like 70% size. They're stand-up arcades, but they're just slightly smaller proportionally than what they used to be in the 80s. But it's a cool look for a game room or a living room to have some of those. And they've sold a bunch of them, and they announced at CES just recently, the Consumer Electronics Show, that they've now sold 3 million of those to date. So that's hard to imagine. 3 million of those arcades have been sold out there. And that number is so amazing that what you might not know is that in the 80s and 90s, when there were actual arcades, the old school arcades back in the day, 3 million is more than the number of arcades sold in the 80s and 90s combined. So if you think about that, like even in the heyday of arcades, there were not 3 million of those being sold. There were hundreds of thousands being sold, but not into the millions. So congrats to Arcade 1-Up. They've got more on the way, of course, as you can imagine. They're making a lot of that money, so they want to keep it going. So they'll be having new ones come out, higher quality, different games, more options, and so yeah, so more to come. They are cool looking. So I don't know. We've, I know here at Game Over, like we don't sell those right now, but it's definitely something we've thought about. Selling kind of the full size or semi full size, remake arcade, units. And so, do you think we should sell those at Game Over? I don't know. Let us know. Post on the comments and let us know.
Yes.
Yes, Dan. Dan says yes. So is he wrong? They take up a lot of space, and they're a couple $100s. They're not crazy expensive, but it's more expensive than a lot of the other accessories and things that we would sell at a Game Over store. So I don't know. Let us know if you think that'd be a good idea or not for us to sell like Arcade 1-Ups, or there's several other brands that are coming out now with dedicated console arcade style units. But let us know what you think if we should carry those. Let's see, and we'll post that on or talk about that on the show in future shows. See what everybody thinks. Let's see. Now we have this one. I thought was really just a cool story. There's a guy named Sebastian Stacks who created a special way to watch movies on a original Game Boy, like the original yellow screen, little tiny, the white brick original Game Boy system. So he had a Wi-Fi card he created for it, and so he could like stream movies in and watch it on that screen. And so there's a video on YouTube of him watching Star Wars, like the original. It's hard to describe Star Wars. I guess it's Episode 4, A New Hope. The original to me, or people my age, Star Wars. That he was showing that playing on a Game Boy screen, and I thought it was hilarious. It's obviously horrible video, and if you watch that entire movie for like 2 hours or whatever, you'd probably go nuts or blind or both. But anyway, I thought it was really cool that he did that. I mean, clearly he has a lot of time on his hands and a tech, expertise. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can look for that on YouTube. It's on a site called There Ought to Be. Like There Ought to Be movies on original Game Boys. Not. But anyway, it's cool to watch. So you should check that out. Also, I thought I'd do a little quick movie review. I mentioned on the show, I guess a month or two ago, that there was a new Christmas movie out with Neil Patrick Harris that kind of centered on the original Nintendo, like this guy over here. It was called 8-Bit Christmas. It came out on HBO Max, like I said, I think around Thanksgiving or early December. And I watched the movie. And so here's my feedback. It was okay. I love it that it was retro and it featured the Nintendo, and so of course it's very nostalgic and all that. And so I love 80s stuff or even 80s retro stuff. Even though this is a new movie, the fact that it was based in that area is cool. But I don't know. I guess for me it either wasn't realistic enough to be like a real movie, but it also wasn't cheesy enough to be like a cheesy fun Christmas movie. So it was just kind of in the middle. So it was retro and it was cheesy, but it was kind of down the middle of the road. It was kind of a safe, type movie. So I don't know. The funniest part, though, this is my funniest part of the movie, is when he's basically, this won't spoil anything, but so Neil Patrick Harris is a guy like my age, who's retelling the story of getting a Nintendo to his daughter. And as he's telling the story, he's talking about him being a kid, like 12 years old, 13 years old or something, riding his bike down the street. And so then it shows the recreation of a kid riding a bike down the street, and he's just riding it, just normal clothes and everything, no helmet. And the little girl's like, "You were wearing a helmet, right?" And so then he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I had a helmet on." And so instantly it like put a helmet on that kid. But we all know in the 80s, nobody wore a helmet. Nobody wore a helmet on bikes. But you had to wear them on motorcycles. And so what's weird today is, like, on a motorcycle, you don't have to wear a helmet. At least here in Texas. I think that's nationwide. I don't know. But yeah, people, I don't think, have to wear a helmet on a motorcycle anymore. But on a bicycle, like with kids, you are supposed to put a helmet on. So weird. But anyway, I thought that was the funniest part of that movie. But otherwise, it was a good time. I mean, it was, it was 90 minutes well spent, I guess, over the holidays, just for something fun. But I don't think it's going to be one of those movies we want to watch every year, like Elf or anything like that. But it's cool. So anyway, that's it for movie reviews. And that concludes the news segment of the show. So let's move on to level 2 and talk about company info. What's going on at your local Game Over video game store? And we're back with level 2. This is the company events. So what's going on at your local Game Over video game store lately? We've got several sales coming up in January that I want to talk about. First of all, though, we have our retro tournaments. Every month we do Super Retro Challenge tournaments. They're totally free, and we have one in each city or area kind of where we operate. And those are coming up this weekend. That's Saturday, January the 8th. They're always the second Saturday of the month. So if you're watching this video, you're probably watching it right around that time. So get to your local Game Over store and enjoy a free tournament on us. So the tournaments are happening in these stores. So in Washington, it'll be in the Bellevue store. In the Dallas area, it's in our Arlington location. In San Antonio, it's going to be the one in Selma. That's right by the Forum, on kind of the northeast side. In Austin, it'll be the one in South Austin on Lamar. And in Houston, it's the one on 1960. That's kind of the northwest side, on that part of town. But all 5 of those stores have tournaments. If you want to see the games and the start times and kind of the rules and stuff like that, you have to go to the store-specific Facebook pages. Just look them up on Facebook, and you'll find all the info there. And then we'll be doing more in February on the second Saturday of that month. So definitely check back. They're free to enter. Lots of fun. It's just a handful of gamers from the community. We get together, play games, and the winners get prizes. So nothing to lose. Just fun. Sale-wise for Game Over, we have a CD and DVD clearance sale coming up. So January 7th through January 13th, the CD and DVD movies and soundtracks that we have are all going to be 50% off. So definitely check that out in your local store. Some of them don't have a whole lot left selection-wise. Some of them have a lot left. So it just kind of depends. Check all the Game Overs near you to see what they have. 50% off. We're getting rid of all of those. And then the only stuff not included there is the vinyl records. Because ironically, vinyl records is the thing that's more current now than CDs and DVDs. So yeah, vinyl records we're keeping, but the DVDs and CDs we're clearancing out. So yeah, go figure. But so that's the sale. You can also shop online using code DVD50 to get 50% off the CDs and DVDs on our website. So check that out. Again, that's January 7th through 13th. The next sale after that, if you're a little slow to watching the episodes here, January 14th through 20th, we're doing a strategy guide coupon. That one you do have to have a coupon, either like show it on your phone or print it out, I guess, on a piece of paper and bring it in. But it's 50% off all of our strategy guides in the stores, which is pretty cool. But if you don't have the coupon, how do you get one? You have to sign up for our email list. We do an email list. We have emails that go out every week. It's totally free to sign up. You don't have to pay. You don't have to subscribe to a magazine. You don't have to, be able to do a backflip or anything like that. It's just, do you want it? Give us your email. Done. Free, easy. But yeah, so you sign up for that and you get our emails. You can sign up the day of and get that email or get that discount. But you do have to be signed up for the email list to get the 50% off strategy guides. But it's free and easy, and you want to be on our email list, right? Because, you'll find out about sales and stuff like that, and you'll get coupons. You'll find out about events and Classic Game Fest and all kinds of cool stuff. So it's free. It's easy. It's awesome. All right. Trade-in bounty. We got a new one for January. This month we are looking for Sega Saturns and Sega Dreamcasts. So if you have any of those you don't want, extra ones, anything just sitting around your collection that you're not using anymore, we're paying minimum on those $100 cash this month. If you have more controllers, it's more. If you have more games, it's more. If you want to do store credit, it's more. But the bare minimum for just the system, as long as you have the wires and a matching controller, it's $100 cash. So that's the lowest. And so bring that in. Bring in any other old stuff you have. We're constantly buying all old video games, from Atari and Intellivision and Coleco, all the way up to even like PS5 and Xbox X, all that stuff. So everything in between. You can bring us all your old, unwanted, duplicate, games, and we will pay you either cash or store credit. So bring them in, and that's our bounty for January. That'll go till the end of the month. Let's see. Then we've got Classic Game Fest news. So now that it's a new year, the vendor booth prices went up a little bit on Classic Game Fest booths. So we're already over halfway full now on the vendor hall. So if you do want to be there as a business, or even as a collector selling off your part or all of your collection, you do want to get a vendor booth soon, because the space is running out and the prices are going up. So you want to get it soon. The next price increase is going to be March 1st. So if you're looking for a vendor booth, you definitely want to get that locked down in January, February before the prices go up again. So definitely get on that. If you're just a fan and want to attend Classic Game Fest, and why wouldn't you? Because it's awesome. It's the biggest classic gaming event in Texas. The tickets are on sale now. So you can go to classicgamefest.com. You can buy your tickets to attend. You can also click on the vendor page to get information like prices and sizes and badges and all the info for vendors. And yeah, so all the info is there. We haven't updated the schedules and the guest list and all that yet, but that'll be coming over the next few months. So you will see a little bit of old info there. Sorry, we don't have a web person on that right now, but we'll be updating that soon as special guests are announced and things like that. So definitely stay tuned to that website. So let's see. That concludes the news part on Game Over Video Games and Classic Game Fest. And so now we're going to go to the feature section. And this week it's going to be a fun start to the year. Because in the boss battle, I'm going to talk about my ear, because I've had, that now done literally yesterday. So it's all very fresh on my mind. So I'll talk all about that in the boss battle. But for the features section, speaking of doctors and hospitals and things like that, I thought it'd be fun to just play a little Dr. Mario. So that's what I'm going to do. So our feature section is just going to be me playing Dr. Mario. So let's do that now. And we're back with the feature section of the show, and this week it's going to be very easy for me to prepare, because all I'm going to do is play Dr. Mario. I love this game. I consider myself pretty good at this game. Of course, I haven't played it in a while because life, game over, But being as that I was in the doctor's office most of the day yesterday, having the surgery on my ear and my chest, and I'll tell you all about that in the next section. But I just thought, I want some revenge, right? My body's been violated. I want revenge. And so I'm taking Dr. Mario down. So I got my NES here. I got a TV. I'm hoping I have it hooked up. And I have already wiped the cartridge off with rubbing alcohol. And I got the blinking light, which is going to be awesome. Okay, so let's turn this on.
Do the wiggle.
I know, but I'll show that on the show, and it'll be fascinating. Okay, so here we go. So if you get your NES games and they don't work, like this is what happens, right? Okay, now I get a solid light, but nothing on the screen. So whether you get the blinking red light or just the solid white or black screen, this is what you do. All right, turn it off, take this game out. So, in my day, we had to clean our games before we used them. We didn't just fire up the X station and the play box and they just work.
We used whiskey.
We used whiskey. We made these games shine, and then when we were done, all right. Whew. Even just smelling that.
Nah, that's a strong.
Hang on.
That is a strong.
Oh, man. Good morning.
What percentage is that? Is that 70?
That's 70%, man.
You get that 95%. That'll
Woo.
That.
Man.
Volume up on the TV too.
That'll make my car go. All right. So now I'll put it in there. Fire it up. Okay. So now I got the solid light, which is good. It's better than the blinky light. So then take your finger, put it on the little notch. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Reset. Well, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Reset.
Oh!
Done.
Turn it up.
All right.
Crank that tune. Oh yeah, that's it.
Why do puzzle games have the best freaking music?
Right?
I would listen to this like a CD of this.
Look at that happy little virus.
Yeah. And you know what's really scary? Like, look here. Oh, okay. But you saw, like, Dr. Mario's like this size. The viruses, I guess they're magnified, and that's why they were that size. It's like, if the virus was really that big, like, the virus could, like, literally punch him in the face.
Sometimes it feels that way.
Yeah, it does feel like the virus is punching in the face. But talking about viruses is something that that happens a lot these days because of COVID, and so this is a way that you know, we should all play this game as a way to fight back, right? All right, so I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna play one player, even though, you know, I love two player in this game because on the two player, when you're playing side by side, every time you have a really successful play, like you place a piece and you get 2 colors or 3 colors, you know, to all drop, you drop extra pieces on the other side, and that really screws them up. And I love doing that to, like, mess with the people I'm playing with.
Turn
But
it down a little bit, volume.
turn it down a little bit. Is it too loud?
Like 20. 20.
20.
Yeah, I want to really cut it. Alright, good.
Okay. All right. So now again, I have played this before, so I consider myself a pretty good player at this game. But it's been a while. It's been a while. So, you know, I don't know where I should start. So should we start on medium? Let's see. I'll start on virus level 10 on medium. That's probably a good place to start, right? That's kind of in the middle. All right. It's kind of hard to play sideways. All right. Oh, hell. Okay. Already off to a bad start. Okay. All right. So, my secret on this game is that I basically just push one button most of the time, and I just flip the pieces as needed, you know. But I think if you get too into trying to move them multiple ways, it sometimes messes you up instead of helps you. All right. Okay. This is good. Try and get a little more crafty now. Just need to get in here and fill some holes. Okay. Oh, that wasn't good. Why did I do that? Dun. Okay. Alright. Oh, come on now. At least nobody else is going to watch this, right? Is anybody watching this? No. Oh, see, I accidentally did something good there.
That's a good combo.
Yeah. Sometimes you just, you know, it's just like Tetris. Sometimes you fumble your way into something good that you didn't really mean to do. All right. So you want to just, you know, expose as much as you can of the virus pieces, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you just kind of throw stuff around and then just wait for it to all come together. All right. And see, that's what you want to do, is you want to get it where each piece you place actually gets 2 things done instead of 1. Multitasking. That's right. It's what I do. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay. All right, that's nothing right there. Oh, and that's bad news right there. That's what she said.
Get in there. Get in there.
No, sorry.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm creating.
Practice round.
This is going to be practice. All right. Looks like I got that one in there. Okay, and that did me nothing, though. Fudge. Yeah, I know. I was trying. There. Oh, come on.
No?
It's not letting
I
me.
don't like it. Practice
All right.
round. It's a practice round.
All right. So this is exactly where you don't want to be in a game of Dr. Mario. So now it's just like, it's just rapid cleanup mode. See if you can clean up this mess. Alright. Oh, hell. Oh, come on. Okay. The viruses win. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. So, I think our problem was it wasn't hard enough. So, let's go up to level 15. Okay. Yeah, I need a little more to work with. Okay, here we go. Now I see. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm playing for keeps now. Yeah, because then once you clear off all that stuff on the top, then you can really get down to business here. All right. Done it. All right. Okay. All right, all right. See, that's the part where you'd be like screwing the player too.
You're doing better this time.
Yeah, yeah. It takes me a little to get in the flow. I haven't played this in a long time, but I can be really good at this. I promise. Boom, double. All right. Done it. All right. Feeling the flow. Feeling the flow, happy. Okay. All right, down to 32 viruses. Okay. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. So if you were playing two-player, that would have really sucked for that person. So someday I'll get someone on the show to to do an interview or do something that seems like it's going to be nice, and then I'll whip out Dr. Mario and be like, okay, now it's not going to be nice. All right. Brrr. Okay. That's right. Oh, okay, I kind of messed up on that one, but that's all right. Okay. Oh, that was not good. Mama. All right.
So what's the lore here? Like, the viruses are... He has already extracted the virus into the bottle, and now he's got to neutralize them.
I don't know. I've never actually read the story of Dr. Mario.
I'm just
Oh
going
crap!
by what's on screen.
Sorry, I have to look. Look here.
I'm just going by what's on screen.
Yeah. Well, he's fighting the viruses, but he's fighting them with medicine. So that's good. That's how
He's
you.
in a bottle. You're in a bottle. That's throwing the medicine into a bottle.
Oh man, now I'm...
He's more of a pharmacist.
Are you distracting me on purpose?
No. Just trying to make conversation.
All right.
How...
Okay. There's no way, right? Nope.
You're done now.
It was all that talking. My mind got distracted. All right. Let's go up to the top.
Whoa.
20 and high speed.
See how we got.
See if I'm warmed up enough. All right.
Our last game?
We'll see. It might go really fast, so maybe we'll want to do one more. I don't know. Let's see if I can do 20 in high speed. I am a little warmed up now, so I feel a little better.
I'll stop talking.
That's a lot of virus. Don't talk. Don't talk. Okay. No. Nope. No, can't do it. Okay.
You're insane.
Okay, we'll go back down to 15. We'll give me a little bit of room, to maneuver at the top. Yeah, we'll do high speed. Okay. It doesn't, like, I think the B button doesn't work on this controller. It's not flipping that direction when I hit that, so.
Can we get you another one?
Nah, that's all right. All right, I think I can take this. Yeah. Oh, hell no. Okay. Oh, that was not good. Okay. So, my abilities on Dr. Mario have clearly been affected by my ear surgery.
Yeah.
Because I can't hear the music well enough, and
me chatting your
and Dan's over here talking to me, so clearly there are reasons that I'm not just like kicking Mario's, but here. Look how happy they are. Just bragging. And like Dr. Mario's like, can't help you. I don't know. I guess you're going to have the virus. I guess you're just going to have to deal with it. Like COVID. You're just going to have to learn to live with it. That's Texas Mario. Dr. Mario. All right. Well, how are we on time? Should I play again? Should I give it one more chance?
Let's... You can do one more?
Let's do one more. I'll do it on high speed again and see. Or how about high level, but not high speed? We'll do low speed.
Yeah,
That's my... Okay. That way, so I'll have a lot of stuff to deal with, but I'll have a couple more seconds to think about it. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling this. This is good. Wow. It's like he's in slow motion. Which is what I want. Okay. So once you get through those first couple, like...
That was a good move.
Yeah, thanks. Boom and boom.
Whoa.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna have to cover it up. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about right there.
A good run.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to take it this time. We're going to do it. I'm taking it to the house. Oh, that's not good. Boom. Right there. All right, all right. That's what I'm talking about. Do that. Boom. Okay. Yes, sir. Nice. Now we're getting some room. Yeah. I like it. I like it. All right, all right. Nice, nice.
All right.
Boom. Okay. Yeah, once you can clear some space out on the top, you need room to move. Yeah. All right. Nice. Yes, sir.
Nice.
And again, if you're playing two-player, that's a lot of fun because the player two would be like, "Oh crap, what happened?" I just want to fill this hole. Okay. Cool. All right. Come on now. That's two. We'll just fill the space. Fill the space. Oh, I could have flipped that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is gonna be my shining moment here. Boom, boom, and boom. That's right. 36 viruses left. Yeah, I kind of had to cover that one up. Why? Sometimes you just end up doing stupid stuff. There's no...
In life.
Yes. Yes, in life. For sure. I'm just going to clear out some space here. Yes. Boom. 33 viruses. You going down, viruses. Okay. Oh, hell. Why did I do that? It's playing sideways. It's
fast.
Holy macaroni and cheese. All right. All right, we're just going to take that one out on the side. And I'm going to take that one out. Okay. Boom and boom. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. Here comes 2. 1 and 2. All right. Ha ha ha. All right, come on now. Come on now. Here, I'm just gonna take them one by one. Just take them out. All right. Cool. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. If you're on the audio-only podcast, I'm really sorry because this is boring as hell for you. But it is cool music, right? So at least you're, I guess, getting something out of it.
Just know he's doing great.
I should be talking more, while I'm doing this, but I really can't. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up. Finally. Cleared out that little space there. All right. Nice. Okay, down to 26 viruses. That's good. I can hang with that. All right. Just taking it little by little. Little by little. Alright. Boom. Alright, alright. Okay. Okay. Alright, we are getting there. Getting down to 22 viruses. Okay, okay. Okay. 21. Starting to see some space at the bottom. Don't want to get too excited though, but I'm pretty excited. Alright, come on now. Boom! Down to 19. 18. 16. Count with me.
16.
All right. 14. Come on, we're going to do this. Okay. 12.
12.
Okay. $11. Oh, I think that was more distracting than I thought it'd be. Oh well. Okay. We can still make this work. We'll make it work. Alright, alright, alright. We're gonna have to speed up here.
Oh, he is getting faster now.
Oh yeah, he's faster now, for sure. Look at that.
Ooh, 9.
That's how the pros do it. 7. All right.
6, 5, 4, 3.
All
no
right.
more reds.
No more reds.
What?
1.
Can he do it?
I'm gonna do it and end with the double here.
Can he do it?
Oh yeah.
Probably. 0.
Woo!
Woo!
Level 20 on slow. There we go.
You know what I realized?
What?
The viruses are in a magnifying glass, so they're.
That's why they're bigger. He's like,
not.
wow, that's a big virus in this magnifying glass. Well, cool.
Good thing we got David.
That's right. Taking it out. Thank you. Yes. All right. So I had some medical success yesterday and today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. You should play every day some kind of puzzle game. That's good for your mind and get your body going. So anyway, yeah, we'll leave it there. I don't want to. I can't top that.
Don't prolong it.
Don't prolong that.
Just end the show.
But yes, so I do love this game. I especially love the 2-player because the couch co-op on this is a lot of fun because the success you have, it wreaks havoc on the other person, and I just love that. So anyway, so check out Dr. Mario. It's available on most retro consoles and probably digitally on Nintendo. Yeah, I would imagine. So anyway, that's all the feature segment. So now we're going to go on to the boss battle and talk about my experience with my own personal Dr. Mario yesterday, who fixed my ear and gave me, new life. So I'll tell you all about that next on the boss battle. And we're back with the boss battle. And this week, as we talked about earlier in the feature segment and earlier in the show, so we're going to talk about cancer again. So this is like my cancer documentary part 2, I guess. So I'd been diagnosed with skin cancer a while back, on my ear. Had a biopsy done. It came back, as cancer, and that sucks. And I went through all that. And so, but I had the surgery to fix it yesterday, literally. So I'm that dedicated to you and this show that the morning after I had my ear chopped, I'm here. And so here I am. So I don't have really any notes other than just talk about this. So let's see. Let's go through the process. So you can pause the video or skip ahead to the end if you don't want to hear all the gory details. Or if you do want to hear all the gory details, get ready, because here it comes. So I had skin cancer on my ear. The solution was something called a Mohs treatment, which is where they cut a big chunk out around that area, and then they test it right away. And so you'll basically sorry, Mario, Dr. Mario. You have it done. You go out into the lobby. They test the specimen in their lab, whatever, in-house, and make sure that they got all the roots of cancer. It's like a zero margin or negative margin. So like nothing can be cancerous on the outer edge. So they know they got a big enough chunk of my ear. And luckily they did. So yay. But so here's the thing. So I'll just describe the process for you because it was pretty interesting, I guess I could say. So a while back on the show when they did the biopsy and they had to put the lidocaine with a needle, like a shot, in my ear to numb up the area before they cut it. It really, really hurt. Like it was like burning fire, like liquid lava was just sprayed in a syringe into my ear and making it melt. And it was awful. And I screamed and I cussed and it was not pretty. But luckily,
We did a reenactment.
yeah, I was like, but do you have to bleep that? You have to do a long bleep. Like no. But so that was rough. But this time, I guess because my ear in the interim between the biopsy and now, it had kind of healed up, so it wasn't going into the wounded, like open wounds, scar tissue or whatever. It was just normal ear cartilage or whatever. So the shots didn't hurt that much. But what they did is so it's like a circle, right? So it's like a big mole or a zit or something, on the skin, and so it's round. And so they did shots, little shots all around it to like numb that area, right? And so you got little shots around there to numb the area. Then they made sure, and it gets numb right away. It's really fast, and the shots don't hurt that much, so it's not that bad. It's definitely better than when it was an open wound. So it didn't hurt that much. So they did the shots, numbed it up. Then they cut out that circle, right? And they had before they got started, they drew a little circle there, so they knew where to cut. So they had it all like traced out, and they cut it. And what's weird is, I guess because this was like on my ear, and my ear still works, kind of. I mean, I'm a little starting to go deaf maybe, but like I can still hear stuff, and so it's right there, so I can hear stuff, but I can't feel anything. So like I can hear them when they go in there. I can hear scissors. It's like skin scissors, and I hear it like shh, ch, 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 ch. This is some ASMR for you. This is the sound of scissors. So I hear that go all around this circle on the back of my ear, and then they take the chunk out, and then I guess it's bleeding or whatever underneath there, and so then they had to cauterize it, and so they have this little tool that I guess is like some kind of microscopic blowtorch or something that they put in there to cauterize all the arteries or veins that are in my ear. And so they do that, and again, I don't feel the pain, thank God. But what I do is I hear the sound, and it sounds like spray paint. So then I hear like sss, sss, sss. So I'll hear that, and it's just sounds like air or spray paint or something, but it's really like a blowtorch, like cauterizing the ends of all these veins. So they did all that. Then what's really cool is like you can smell it. So after they do that, it smells like I smelled like something's burning, right? And it's me. I'm burning, like they're burning my flesh. And so that's weird because I didn't feel the pain, but I could hear it cutting. I could hear the burning, and then I can smell the burned flesh, which is really surreal. So they take that off, and he doesn't show me the chunk that he cut off. But then I do get to see. He hands me the little mirror, like a little mirror, little round like beauty mirror. And so then I'm holding it like this and looking, and he's showing me the ear, and from the front it still looks normal, still looks totally normal because this thing was on the back. So I'm like, okay, well that's not bad. And then he folds the ear over and shows me the back, and it's really weird because again it didn't hurt, but like the part taken off, it's really as if my ear had a little door or a little window, and somebody just opened the door. And so like you took the like the cap off a jar or something, and then you just look inside like, oh, that's interesting. But I could see inside there, and it wasn't bleeding, but it was all pink, obviously. And then I could see like a white part in the middle, like a white kind of band around there. And he's pointing out, he's like, the doctor says, well, that's your cartilage in your ear. So there's like a white band around there. And then everything else around it is pink. But it was so weird, just like seeing inside. It was like one of those, like when you're in school, like in a science lab, and you see the little like torso of the human body, and you can like, take the chest off, and you can see like the lungs and the stomach and everything. And so they can show you what things are inside. It was like that on my ears. Like he could show me like, oh, that's the cartilage, and oh, that's whatever. And just like he just removed that plastic outer shell and then was pointing all the stuff out. And it was really weird. So there's that. That was part one. Then they, did the testing. So I had to go out and like wait for like an hour while they did the testing on that. And then the testing came back great. He said, we got it all. So great. So I'm cancer free. Yay. So it's all gone. And then now I have this ear with the hole in it, right? So then to patch the hole, like they can't put that piece, it's like they took the, it's kind of like a sewer cover, like a manhole cover, right? It's a round little cover. And so when they needed something round to put on there, so he needed another piece of skin. And so I was also the skin donor. So I had to do a skin graft from my chest, like right up here in this area. And so they cut like a big kind of oval piece of my chest out. Same process, numb the area with a bunch of shots around the outside, like a big circle or oval, and just numbed the whole circumference of it. And then once they knew that I couldn't feel anything there, started cutting. And again, it's like I hear the cutting, and I can feel pressure too. Like you feel, you don't feel pain, but you can feel the rest of your skin kind of get pulled and tugged, as he's like pushing, to cut this stuff. Like maybe he needed sharper scissors. I don't know. But he was really kind of having to work those scissors to get around there. So I'm hearing that all around. And then I guess same thing, they took the piece off. And so I got a little, piece. It's about like 2 or 3 inches across. So it's not small. And he got some skin, some material to work with. And then cauterized all the, the bleeding or the veins or whatever. So again, I heard that like the spray paint kind of sound, and then smelt, everything burning again, which was weird again. And then with that, they set that skin aside and sewed that up. And so then again, I could feel pressure, like pushing on it, and the rest of my skin kind of tug, because it just pulls. But I could hear him threading it up, like sewing it. So I could hear like a needle and thread, like and every time, he'd give it like that final little tug at the end, and I could feel my skin go like, pull a little bit, and then he'd tie it off and do another one, pull it up. So then he, I guess, did the stitches all there, and it was like a circle, but then he pulled it together, so it's just like a line. So I'm gonna have like a line, scar, who cares, on my chest. But then the really weird part at the end, he sewed it up, and I knew that. I expected that it was going to be sewed up or something. So then he's like, okay, so sorry, I'll just set this down. So then he's like, okay, I just need to staple it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't really know about staples, but okay. So then he got the staple gun out or whatever, and I didn't know how big the circle was that he was doing at the time. I assumed that because of my ear, it's like the size of a, like a nickel, maybe. Smaller than a quarter, maybe bigger than a penny, like a nickel size circle. And so I'm thinking it's going to be maybe that size or a little bigger. But apparently it was like a 2 or 3 inch, long slit when they put it back together on my chest, because they had to then, after they stitched it, then he put in staples. And he just, again, I couldn't feel pain, but I felt pressure just pushing on my chest. And I heard the sound. It sounds like a stapler, like in your house, like and it just kept going, and it kept going like, and I'm thinking like, how many staples is this? Like I'm thinking a couple of staples, but apparently it took like more than 10 staples. It was like 10 or 12 staples, and he just kept going like all the way down, and then when he showed me, with my little beauty mirror at the end, it wasn't so beautiful. It was it was kind of like a it was like a Frankenstein little, it was like this long scar, and it has little, slots where the staples are on it, and stitches. And so it's pretty crazy, actually. So this part is actually worse, I think, than the ear. But anyway, so yeah, the staples were weird. But then that is, I guess, done. And so the only bad thing about that is now, like, if I turn, over my shoulder, like, it, I guess, pulls my body enough that I can, like, kind of feel that pull on the staples and stuff. So hopefully that will heal up soon. But yeah, who knew that my ear would be the least painful part after this is done with my ear surgery. Anyway, but so then, they had their skin, and he had his little, I guess, template. So he cut a little pattern out of that skin that would fit my ear and put that on there, and then did the sewing with the stitches. And so went around, and again, I could feel like my ear kind of being, I should do it on this ear, but, I could feel it being tugged around like this, but no pain, which was great. And they numbed it up again too. So they did have to hit me up with a bunch more of those little needles to numb the area again. But then he's just started sewed it all in there. Sewed also, there's a little like cotton ball full of medicine that's sewn on there. So I actually have a little cotton ball sewn on my ear right now, and then it's wrapped in a bandage. So that whole contraption is kind of on my ear, and so that'll be on there for a week, and then I go in next week, and they should take out, all the stitches and the staples and everything, and then it should be just, I'll have to treat the the wound still for a month or two, but at least I won't need that kind of hardcore stitches and staples after a week. So anyway, man, I think that's it. Are you grossed out yet?
Yes.
I wish for some of you I could show you, because I'm sure like you would like to see. I didn't take a picture of it. I should have. But he's showing me this stuff, and like I think I'm in so much shock that like I wasn't, and I'm not as social media savvy, that I wasn't thinking like this would make a great picture. But someday, maybe when I'm cleaning it or something, or putting the bandages back on, maybe I'll take a picture and show. But anyway, so the main thing is it's done. It was virtually pain-free. It was definitely scary, and it looks weird. It feels weird, but there's no more cancer. So I'm very thankful for him and medical science for being able to fix this problem. I mean, there's a lot of people with other types of cancer that are not getting off so easy, with their treatment. And thank goodness I didn't have to do weeks or months or years of chemo and radiation and all that kind of stuff. It was just in one area. It's a little slow growing thing, and they were able to just scoop it out and then patch me back up. So it's really I feel weird and awkward and violated about the whole thing of being like cut and pasted, like a clip art, or I feel kind of like Frankenstein, or I don't know, maybe Edgar. You remember Edgar on Men in Black, where like it was like the alien bugs that had like this nice new Edgar suit, and they put on and they just put the skin up. Or Silence of the Lambs. I had like all these images going through my head of like using skin to build something else. But when you sit back and look at it like the big picture, I'm still alive. It was one day out of my life, and it's some awkwardness and days of maintenance now to recover. But the cancer's gone, and that's really it's an amazing reality of medical science that we can do such things. So I know there's things we can't fix and can't cure, or that have much longer treatments, and that sucks. And I've experienced some of those firsthand with family members. But luckily mine was pretty easy, and so I know that I'm one of the lucky ones, and so I'm thankful for that. So anyway, that's it. That's my journey. And so hopefully all you'll have to deal with now on the show is seeing this kind of, I don't know how much you can even see this on the camera, my bandaged ear, which will be probably for the next month or so, and then maybe smaller Band-Aids and stuff after that. But it should be next to nothing. And then this is obviously under shirts, so you'll never see that unless you see shirtless pictures of me, and that never happens on the show, right? At least not with my torso.
Not yet.
My now scarred torso. So like, not only is it not abrific like that one, but now it has a scar on the clavicle up here. So, oh well. Anyway, but that's it for that. So let's move on to fan feedback. That is my favorite part of the show. And we do have a lot of feedback to talk about this week. And so I'm excited to move on. And then, again, excited to move on with this new season of the show. So we're going to have a lot of good things in store. I'm actually going to Houston later this week and hoping to film some things of that store move. And this will be the prep for the move. And then next week will be the actual move. And so I'll hopefully feature some of that on the show too. So anyway, let's move on to the bonus level with fan feedback right now. And welcome back. We are at the bonus level now with fan feedback. So my favorite part of the show, we're going to tell you the comments and feedback that we've gotten on the last episode or previous episodes. And this is where we get to really communicate one-on-one, me and you. So please keep the comments coming. Also, I should say that if you want to reach out, you can not only comment, you can comment, but I don't know what that means. So mostly comment on the YouTube stream, also on social media where you see the post, or anywhere that you can post a comment or question, feel free to do so. But you can also email me directly at podcast@gameovervideogames.com. Send me a question, send me your feedback, whatever you want to say, and we'll try and address it on the show if it's appropriate. So fan feedback we've gotten recently. So Adam is glad that TN's okay. He was, I guess, worried that he dropped off the face of the earth, but he is alive and well, and overworked and overburdened as always with Game Over stuff. So he's hanging in there though. And let's see. He said he'll check out the Round Rock store again because he said something about the Round Rock store in Texas. Wasn't a good experience the last time he went, but admitted it was several years ago. And so yeah, Adam, go back out there. Like the Stewart is the manager there, and the crew in Round Rock is all great. And so yeah, give them another shot and check it out. I think it's one of our best stores. It's really got a good selection, good staff. So thank you for the feedback. Leptonics comments all the time. He's a big Buffalo fan. We were talking about Madden football and Madden passing, last week. And, he loved those old Madden games, the original like 90, 92, 93 games where Buffalo was like a really good team on the game. So that's the thing with sports games. They come out every year. And so some people think, well, it's just the same thing every year. But like the stats change. And that's the biggest thing, because if you're like I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, like there's some years of football games that I want because the Cowboys are really awesome. And then there's a lot of years where you really don't want to play as the Cowboys because they're really not that good. So anyway, but he liked the 90s games with the Buffalo team being awesome. He remembers Tilt Arcades, go-karts in Houston. He was offering prayers for me and the skin cancer, and thank you for that. That means a lot. Again, I consider myself super lucky. So it's small, it's done, it's gone. It's, I'm thrilled. So let's see. He says, Dan, yeah, he made a comment about like the picture of me from a couple weeks ago with the chest and the wonderful abs and everything. Like he says that you can doctor any picture of me, like, because now it's the ears messed up. I'm going to have a scar here. And so now future pictures of me will have to be doctored because otherwise I'm going to have all these like scars. So, but I guess that's a kudos to your editing skills, being able to throw that together. Yeah. Okay. And he even said that TN could guest host maybe if I was out for that. But yeah, I was just out for the day. So I'm back. Sorry. TN would be a good host for this show though. So maybe, when I retire, he'll take over. Larry, our good friend Larry. How's it going, Larry? Love you, man. He watches the show all the time. Big supporter, Game Over. And on the last show, we were talking about all the, should I say it? Shit bombs on the show. Sorry, you'll have to edit that now. We said it like over and over again for a while there. And he just loved my face at at point, what was it? 27.55 of that last show, where I was just I gave you a look or something on the number of bombs that we had to edit. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, Dan does a good job with editing that. And we do that because it's not because, we have an issue with that word. I mean, we're all adults, and, people say the S word and the F word and other stuff, when they're adults. But we know also there's some kids watching, and so, we try and keep it as clean as possible. I like to think of the show as like a PG-13 show. Or like your average Marvel movie, something like that. It's not that there's going to be no bad words in it. It's just that occasionally one or two will slip out, but it's pretty minimal. So it's pretty safe for your kids to watch. Let's see. And when we were saying that word over and over and over again on the last show, he said it reminded him on the original Mario games, like when you're hitting a coin block and you just keep going, it's like ding, 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 ding. Yeah, so that's kind of how it was there. He also liked your shirt, Dan. He was talking about your. You remember you had the Texas shirt?
Oh yeah.
With like Mario 3 theme.
Game Fest.
Yeah. So props to you and your shirt. Also, we're given there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. He's also glad that the cancer was a low-level threat, and wants to keep updates on the show. So I'll keep giving y'all updates. But this was the big update this week, and then hopefully it's just me maintaining the scars from this point on, and hopefully over time as months go by, like. You and I both, none of us will even notice and even know that it happened. But of course, I did get a ton of sunburns as a kid. I'm white, right? And I live in Texas, so it's hot and sunny a lot, and I'm white. So I've had a lot of sunburns, and so odds are, and I have a history of skin cancer in my family too. So odds are something might happen again, but I'm, knock on wood, I'm hoping it doesn't and it's all gone. But time will tell, I guess. So let's see, interviewing fans. He likes that idea. I want to try and interview employees and, store managers and some of our regular customers and do events. Maybe we'll go to a super retro challenge or something like that. And, we want to talk to a lot of people on the show, and people involved in the retro gaming industry. So hopefully lots more interviews coming this year. Let's see. He says he's close to my age, which I didn't think so. You look good, man, because you don't look like you're close to my age. But I won't say how old, but he said he's close to my age. Let's see. His first experience at home was playing Atari Space Invaders on the Atari 2600. He loves the videos and says keep them coming. I am going to try and keep them coming. I am enjoying doing the show, and I feel like I'm getting more and more comfortable doing it. So, our goal this year is to do an entire season 4, an entire year of 2022 with only missing maybe a few episodes here and there, but we're hoping to get close to 50 this year, so almost every week. Let's see. I also got my first, our first on the show, solicitation post, where somebody posted, I'm not even going to mention who or what they were trying to sell, but it was just like, you should use our product. No, we're not going to use your product. I'm not even going to mention your product. Thanks for watching, I guess, or posting, but I'm not going to do any free advertising. Sorry. If you want to pay me, I'll talk about your product. I am a business guy, so, I don't do stuff for free. Anyway, so that's all the feedback, and so once again, I really, I love and appreciate all you guys for watching the show, and mostly for supporting Game Over and all of our events and our staff and activities that we do here for retro gaming, and I'm just happy to kind of bring it to you in this little encapsulated version every week of what's going on in my life and in the company kind of overall, and news and things like that. I think it's fun information and useful, and so I appreciate y'all for watching this show. So thank you. Basically, thanks for all of last year. Thanks for coming back this year for season 4 as we do the new show. I hope you like the new backdrop, and I'll keep Rob and Mario and everybody handy, and we'll do more Let's Plays with me playing games too. So lots of cool stuff we'll try and do this year, and we're always open to suggestions too. So that's something else you can comment. If you think about, I wonder what David would do with X situation, and just let me know. What should I be doing on the show that would be fun for you to watch me do? Nothing like nothing like eating bugs or anything, but like something, like video game related. So that's it. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for your support. We promise to keep the shows coming as much as possible. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the show. Thanks for subscribing. You can definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, Game Over Videogames, and that's where they pop up. We try and do one every week. It'll show up on Thursdays or Fridays. And if you subscribe, you get that instant notification that it's there, so you can go get it and watch the show. But thank you for your support, all the positive comments and feedback, everything. It keeps me going, keeps me motivated to keep doing this, because I don't really have the time to do this. I kind of squeeze it in every week, but the fact that at least some people seem to really watch and enjoy and want to see more of the show, like that motivates me to try and do better, to make it a part of my schedule and keep it going. So thanks for all you do and your support. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Game Overcast. So game over. Get the little eye crusties out of my eyes.
Aw. Fans love the eye crusties.
No, they don't. Oh my gosh.
David, can you sign my eye crusties? Here, wait, let me shave some off for you.
Here. There you go.
Now you got your crusties.
Tell your friends. Don't you sell it on eBay now. Don't you do it.
If I see that on eBay.
Don't you do it. We've been in business what feels like a long time to me.
It's only been 8 years?
No, 16 years.
16? Oh, that's right. So, yeah. Sorry.
8 years.
Well, I don't know what my head broke. Go ahead.
So since 2005, but 16 years. But we literally have people now that will come in to the store shopping saying they used to shop here as kids. And they're coming in with their kids now.
Yeah. You were 30 when you launched?
So I was 30. So this was my 30th birthday celebration, or probably where all my money went that I had when I was 30 years old into. And then, but people have come in and they're like, yeah, when I was a kid, my parents used to bring me here. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
When they were 10 and now they're 26?
But if they have, if you have little kids, if you had like a 5-year-old now, and, so maybe, you were you could be like maybe not a young kid, but you could be a teenager, 13, 14, 15. Because if you were 15, 16 years later, you're 31, you could have a kid. You could have a couple of kids by then. Yeah. And, but crazy. How is it with
Anyway.
these two guys side by side? Is that
No, they look great.
do they look great?
Yeah. You got to
Mario seems like
microphones.
a little out of proportion, or like this is like Gundam size. Like
That's the only way.
Rob's gonna stomp on him.
That's
Mario.
how he does it in